Hey guys, welcome to today's edition of Loddy's NHL Locks. Sorry I didn't post my picks yesterday. I just started training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu a couple months ago. Absolutely love it. Highly recommend it. But I pulled a muscle or something in my back Friday night and I could barely move all day Saturday. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should be. My tag is sports.betting.system. Just made it so the name is still in flux. Probably going to change the name at some point, but for now it's sports.betting.system. Didn't have any NHL picks yesterday anyway, but I did post my NBA picks, and I will post my picks every day on Instagram for sure. Whereas I may not have the time, something might come up, and I may not be able to post my picks on YouTube. I will always post them on Instagram. So that's sports.betting.system. If you're not following already, please do. Let's get to my picks for today. First, Washington Capitals at home against the New York Rangers. The Caps, in classic Caps fashion, won a game in Toronto, then went to Buffalo last night and lost. Those of you that listen to me every day already knew this about Washington. They get up for the bigger teams and don't necessarily show up against the lesser teams. This is the kind of game the Caps will win. Normally, I'd look at the fact that they just played last night, had to fly about 12 hours before today's game started, and then say they probably won't have the legs for this one. But for a team like the Caps, who obviously aren't giving maximum effort each and every night, this kind of situation is perfect for them. An embarrassing road loss followed by an immediate opportunity to redeem themselves. If the game was tomorrow night, the sting of last night's loss may have already worn off by then, because in the big picture, it's not a big deal. The loss made them 3-3 on their 6-game road trip, which is respectable. Not great, but not bad either. And they beat the Sharks, and they beat the Leafs. But last night's loss put Columbus in a position to overtake the Caps in the East if they win their next game. They lose this game, they give that same opportunity to the Canadiens, while Pittsburgh and Carolina could come within a game of the Caps. Washington will show up for this one. Lock number 1, Caps over Rangers. Lock number 2, Sharks over Red Wings. Another team with a chance to quickly avenge a bad loss. The Sharks were smacked in the mouth last night by Columbus, losing 4-0. They're dying to get back out on the ice. They're not great on the road, but at 17-16, that's still much better than the Red Wings at home, where they're 12-20. The Red Wings have lost 3 straight at home, so you may think this isn't the best time to bet against them. But when you look at the games closely, first loss of the Flyers, the Red Wings outshot the Flyers 38-23. They outhit them 26-18. Next loss, they outshot the Blackhawks 35-20. They outhit them 24-10. Did enough in both of those games to win. They don't have enough, they don't have a lot of talent. They win games by outworking you, which is something that's hard to do every single night throughout the regular season. If you're a good team, you can get away with it. If you're a bad team, you can't, and it'll be especially hard to do that against one of the best teams in the NHL, fresh off a 4-0 loss. Lock number 2, San Jose over Detroit. Lock number 3, St. Louis over Minnesota. Minnesota finally got back on track. Did they, though? 2 straight wins, both on the road, against the 13th and 15th ranked teams in the Eastern Conference. The Blues are red hot. Got the next big thing in goal in Jordan Binnington. These two just played a week ago, and the game wasn't even close. You guys know I like taking the team that lost in these situations, especially in this case when the team that lost was at home, Minnesota, and now this game is also on their home ice. But the reality is, the Wild had a very good start to the season. I think they were 11-6, 12-6 at the beginning, and since then they've played well under 500. They're actually under 500 now. I think 3 games under 500. They don't have a lot of talent. Plus, they've beaten the Blues twice already this season. So a loss today would only even the season series. I normally like taking the team that lost in these situations, meaning when 2 teams play within a short span of time in the NHL anyway, because they're the more motivated side. But in this case, St. Louis doesn't want to fall to 3-1 against the Wild this season, so they will be motivated as well. Plus, they're the much hotter team. Lock number 3, St. Louis over Minnesota. Okay, rapid fire for these last 2. Calgary Flames over the Ottawa Senators. Calgary seems like they're back on track. Winners of 4 straight. 3 of them were at home, though. They still have to redeem themselves on the road, and that starts tonight against a Sens team that's clearly in rebuild mode. Lock numero 4, Flames over Suns. And final lock of the day, Jets over Coyotes. Coyotes have been playing well lately, winners of 3 of their last 4, 6 of 8 overall, while the Jets have lost 6 of their last 9. Let's bet on the Jets going 4-6 over their last 10 games before falling to 3-7, and let's bet on the Coyotes going 6-3 over their last 9 rather than 7-2. Lock number 5 and final lock of the day, Winnipeg Jets over the Arizona Coyotes. Thanks for listening. Good luck if you're placing any bets. Stay tuned for NBA locks, which will be posted shortly, and have a great day.
Major key alert! I got them keys. I got them keys. I got them keys. I got them